3 months time, will I blank? And we will get you an answer. So choose between the triangle, the square, the arrow, the star, or the circle. So let's get started. If you chose the triangle, your answer is yep. In 3 months time, will I blank? Your answer is a yes. If you pick the square, you also have a yes for whatever you asked for in 3 months time. The arrow, you received a not happening. For the star, a clear yes. And finally, for the circle, universe says yes. So there are a lot of yeses coming out here for in 3 months time. Aries, you have the Chariot. So the Chariot is about discipline and it's calling for you to summon your willpower, celebrate your successes, find your direction, release control, but be determined to get to where you're wanting to go. Next up is Taurus. You have the Seven of Wands. So this is the card of survival. Overcoming an attack, protecting yourself, removing self-doubt, fortifying your physical space, and compiling your resources. Next up is Gemini. Two of Wands. This is the card of individuality. So it is calling for you to find your inner power, taking bold action, preparing for anything, keeping a steady course. Next is Cancer. You have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is about stagnation. So it is calling for you to practice gratitude, avoid being bored, and reevaluate what is causing you to feel any dissatisfaction or complacency, and maybe take a short time period to yourself in order to get back into an action-oriented mindset rather than stagnation. Next is Leo. Four of Wands. Four of Wands. So this card is stability. That's what it is telling you. Stability. And look to enjoy the simple things. You know, acknowledge your small wins, your small achievements. Try to spend some time with your family. Look to the places in your life that make you feel stable, and go towards that. And concentrate and focus on your home life right now. Next up is Virgo. You have the Page of Pentacles. So, ambition is the message behind this card. So you want to be paying attention to any new ideas that you have, inspiration that suddenly comes to you, improving any financial goals that you are looking toward achieving. You could also be focusing more on your education, or need to focus on your education, investing in yourself. So, ambition. Next up is Libra. Libra, we have the Judgment card. This card is about healing and working towards your goals, embracing any transitions you may be going through, resolving any issues that are pressing, assessing life and your life choices, and focus on making better choices. Next up is Scorpio. Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is the card of deception. So this card is calling for you to be more aware of intentions from others and yourself, to pay attention to any falsehoods you might be seeing around you or believing yourself. Also, taking criticism and analyzing those around you in order to figure out why they're around you. Is it for good or bad reasons? Next up is Sagittarius. You have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is mental energy. So this card is calling for you to be assertive, expanding your knowledge and intellectual stimulation. Looking to clarify your own thoughts, figuring out the truth. Next up is Capricorn, Queen of Pentacles. So this card is about efficiency. Calling for you to look for the simple solutions to problems, thinking practically, focusing on your responsibilities and taking care of them, embracing your relationships and nurturing them, being protective of what you have. Next is Aquarius. That's the Death card. So the Death card is not necessarily about death. It's more of death of things in life, or death of thought processes that you have, perspective changes. The card in general is about changes. So it is calling for you to accept any endings that are happening. Realize that they may be for the best. Transform yourself. Put an end to the old and try to look toward the new. Listening to your intuitive signals that you may be getting when in regards to changes that you need to make and letting go of the past. Last, we have Pisces, Four of Pentacles. So this card is the card of being a little overbearing. You know, what you need to do when you get this card is to be focusing on letting go of control, not being so frugal, not being so tight about not just finances, but tight overall. Don't be so restrictive and serious. It's mainly about money, but it can just be about, you know, acknowledging some of the mistakes that you've made in the past and accepting them and saying, okay, I won't make that same mistake, but that doesn't mean I have to be so aggressively controlling of the situation. So that is for Pisces.